Friends. I have no voice. You'd think I'd been speaking all week long, but I've really not been speaking all week long. Happy Sunday. In the description here, there is a link to a webinar tomorrow. I'm going to go all dark Rob on that webinar, and I really think you should be there. So it's free. Come on to the webinar. Looking forward to it. If you're already a member, I'll talk about it in a minute. First of all, so this is my waking thought today after doing a bunch of work, falling to bed super late at night, staying here at the conference, meeting a ton of people, being an extrovert, which does not come naturally to me. If, those of you that know me know that if I'm at a conference or some gathering of people, the most important thing that I can do is find the exit. Go up to my room and look at a bunch of charts and be a nerd. But anyway, so happy Sunday. Juwan's coming back from Detroit, Michigan. Daniel says, hey. Santiago says, hey. Nice to see you all. Leave a comment. Let me know how you're doing today. So I woke up. My waking thought was that our lives are filled with people who say it's not possible or who are just simply pessimistic about our chances for success. And, when you're approaching something difficult, like whether it's trading for a living, which most people can't do, or building an online business, which most people can't do, or starting your own new company, which most people can't do, or having a successful marriage, which most people can't do. Like in any of these situations, all of which are like really big things, even though maybe you don't think about them being big things, but they are, and most people don't do well at them, and most people fail. In every single one of these situations, life is full of two types of people around you. And the first type of person around you is the optimist. Second type of person around you is the pessimist. And it seems like more and more these days online, especially, the pessimists have the loudest voice. That's difficult, or be careful, or, like the first thing when you try something difficult that you want to hear is not like all of the reasons that most people fail. Like that's not what you want to hear. And I realized that in my life, everything that I've ever done that's really successful, which is like maybe a couple of things. Most of the things I do don't work out. But in my life, my business that's made, I don't know, $8 to $10 million. My trading career, especially in the 2000s, that did extraordinarily well, where I was managing money for other people and whatever else, or turning on a robot when I didn't really know that it was possible. Like all of these things, which I didn't know they were possible. I didn't know how to do them. In every single instance, my life was filled with jerks. Individuals who I hope get hit by a bus. And these are the people that gave me the warning signs. I remember getting a phone call from a family member. Okay, I was on the radio for a while, and I remember getting a phone call from a family member, and the family member said, it would be really inappropriate that you're sharing stuff about our family on the radio. And I was like, why I'm on the radio. I'm doing something that in our family's never been done, that I always wanted to do. It's my live stream. And so the first thing out of, someone's mouth that they feel comfortable sharing with you is a reason why you shouldn't do it, or you should stop, or it's dangerous, or it's uncomfortable, or it's embarrassing, or whatever. And in every single thing that I do, I put myself in front of a group of people and set myself up for embarrassment. And in the back of my mind, this is where we're going. In the back of my mind, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking about proving those jerks wrong. And so it's a big shout out and a big thank you on a Sunday morning for the people who thought I couldn't do it, or didn't want me to do it, or felt embarrassed by it, or felt uncomfortable about it, or thought it was too big of a risk. Or thank you to all those people, because that was the motivation that made me want to push forward. And as you know, if you follow me for 1/2 of 10 minutes, you know that I love you. You know that there's another voice that says, listen real closely and remember and write down what those people say about you, and use that as motivation. If I were an athlete, which is laughable, that's what I would have in my locker. I'd have a news article about somebody who criticized me. That's what I would have as my motivation. And then I would have this family of people like you all around me, and me to you as well, believing in you and knowing and telling you that it's possible. Happy Sunday, says Mr. King. Hello from Nigeria. Julia says happy Sunday from London. Mario says hello from SK. Hey, what's up? Hey, hello from Hong Kong. Lynn's here. It's great. What can I do for all of you? Andy says, hey, from Houston. Heard the weather's going to be bad. Hey, Ashley, nice to see you. What can I love that comment. Random Chinese person. You need to hang out with people who enrich your soul. That's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. What can I do for you? Jeremy says, hey, thanks for sharing the message with us. Don't forget, inside the description, somewhere close by, there's a link to the webinar where I'm going to go all dark Rob. I'm going to share some stories. I'm going to be a nerd. I'm going to share some charts. And that's tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time. The link is in the description. If you can't do it on your phone, pull it up on a computer, and then it'll work. Michael says, hey, from Sweden. That's bad. That's just absolutely fantastic. Destin, Florida. Hector, Destin, Florida. I want to go fishing in Destin, Florida. Would that be appropriate? Could I do that? Could we do that sometime, Hector? Jeremy says, any way you can touch up on getting investors? Yeah, absolutely. We could do a whole series of videos about that this week. Absolutely. Don't let me forget, Jeremy. 304-281-8332. Find me on Telegram Messenger and send me a message and remind me that I promised that we would do that. Deanna says, I need to work on my self-esteem in order to take baby steps to success. Yeah, self-esteem is a real tricky thing. So you do things that are worthy of esteem. Like to get self-esteem, you do good things. You do the right thing, and then you get self-esteem. So self-esteem isn't the same as confidence, which is often confused. And self-esteem is more important than confidence. Like I have zero confidence in most of what I do successfully. And self-esteem, on the other hand, like I try to do things that are the right decision at the right time. I try to make the right decision. I try to treat others in a way that I would want to be treated. And that's self-esteem. And that's going to go a long way to helping you feel worthy of your success. Don't forget that. Start your day off with, number one, an item on your list that you know is going to come true, but it has not yet. So act as if it will come true. Number two, remind yourself of the people who you are going to prove wrong. And number three, make a big list of people that you're going to show up for. Like if Brendan Bouchard said this yesterday, and it was super powerful to me. He's like, if you just showed up for yourself in the way that you show up for other people, you'd have a lot more success. I thought that was pretty brilliant. The guy always struck me as kind of looking like a secret axe murderer, but he turned out to be like the most genuine and thoughtful and kind and authentic. Just a real dreamboat. I mean, like, professionally speaking. Let's see. How do I get past the webinar? I don't know what that means, so I'm just going to ignore your comment. Miss you, can't wait to see you tonight. And Dark Rob. Hi, Nikki. I'm excited too. I can't wait. Super excited. I met a ton of people who can't wait to listen to your podcast, and hopefully some guests that will come on your podcast. Nathan says, stop hanging out with the sappers and start hanging with the zappers. Nathan, you got to send me that, man. That's brilliant. I'm using my phone. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. That is the most brilliant comment. That's fantastic. Stop hanging out with the sappers. Make me loads of money, please. No, you make yourself loads of money. No, I'm not going to you make yourself loads of money. Even if I teach you something that works, I didn't make you the money. You made the money. I don't take any credit. I'll take some of the blame if things go wrong. Like, you don't have to bear that burden alone. But if you succeed, you bear that. You bear that yourself. You did it. That's yours. Because I've been trading for 12 years too, the greatest market is yourself. Abdul says, I just motivated you, man. I love you, brother. I'm always here for you. I'm like, not actually here for you, like in your house. That'd be creepy if I was in your house right now. Hey, Abdul, let me just come upstairs and get on Facebook Live with you. Jeremy says, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. I'll find the Telegram. How do I get past the webinar, says Kevin. First, get in it. I sent the link out. Probably have to check your email also, and I sent a link to register for the webinar. It's sponsored by my friends at Wealth 365. It's giant online summit. It's like Ant-Man large, like when Ant-Man turns huge in Captain America Civil War. That's how big it is. Yo, your old friend Charlie from Tampa. I miss Florida. Man, I miss Florida. Happy Sunday, Rob. Sure, if I was there, still in Toulouse, France. RP, that's fantastic. John says, happy Sunday. Brian, love, kindness. Neil was saying, I was struggling as a trader, and until I make $1 a day, and I love it. Oh, right. Absolutely. Make $1 a day. I was talking to somebody yesterday about starting an online business. That's what this conference is all about here. And I said, you just make your first dollar. Like, there's all these speakers that get up on stage, and they're like, what's the path to $10 million? And I'm like, get off the stage. Like, nobody cares. What's the path to $1? Like, if you can just make $1 and repeat it, you can scale that up. I don't think anybody wants to talk about that, though. Meaning, I'd like to talk about it, but I think other people don't like to talk about that because that's like grinding it out, kind of tough. Somebody wrote me the other day, and they said, well, how can I make $1 with, like, transaction fees and stuff? I'm like, it's just like, of course, like, you just make $1 after transaction fees. Like, that's it. Can we get recorded webinars? Yes, we'll get a bunch of recordings up for you. I did not do a webinar last week. I'm going to do a member webinar this week, so you might be thinking that you missed one, but you did not. Mario says, well said. Kevin says, how do I get to the webinar that have passed? We will send you emails starting tomorrow with a link to a ton of recorded webinars that we did recently. And I know that some of you are still looking for those links. There's a brand new course inside of your members area that has recorded webinars. Paolo, the boring part is being out of the family, right? Yeah, I understand you. Yeah, I love you, man. Brian says, hope you can find time for a Houston seminar. We got to do it. You want to do it in May? You want to do it in May? Get 100 people there? You think we can get 100 people there? I mean, it probably have to be free, right? And then some of the people there won't be members, and then the goal would be to maybe have, some members and some people who are not members do a big event and maybe get a bunch of new members. Brian, you think we can get 100 people there? I'd do it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, easy peasy. Might need some help getting stuff planned out. I'm great at showing up and doing my best. I'm not great at figuring out where we should do it. That's my weakness. What happened to Friday prize bonanzas? That's a good question. I got really, really sick in March. Like all my toes fell off sick, like real bad. Sinus infection, the flu. Yeah, it was pretty bad. So I basically checked out. Gone. Yeah. Eric says, when is the Mexican seminar? I couldn't get the broker to pay for it, so I'm still working on it. I'm not forgetting. Oanda is still considering it. And when they consider that, we're going to have the greatest time ever in Mexico. Can you imagine 500 or 1,000 people in Mexico City? That'd be the greatest thing ever. I got to learn Spanish. It's on my list. Write that down. I don't have anybody here to help me write anything down. There we go. Jeffrey says, yeah, you're great live. Hey, thanks. It's really cool. Started posting history on YouTube, and one of the videos I mentioned how important making $1 a day is. God, Jeremy, that's, I'm honored that you would even say that. Okay, Brian. Brian says, dear Lord, either I've upset him or he's just happy. What's your favorite trading strategy? Anybody want to answer that for Brother Tree One? So Brother Tree One, about 4 years ago now, I switched over all my trading to an automated system, and I don't watch it every day. It's just automated. That's all I do. I sit around and just wobble my Adam's apple all day as an entertainment. But I don't have to look at the markets all day long. I have no interest in that whatsoever. I think people who are fascinated by the markets are great technicians. But I think if you want to make money, I think it's pretty cut and dry. You got to automate it or semi-automate it. So I run a trading robot that trades the 1-minute charts, to answer your question as specifically as possible. Mexico. Yeah, 1,000 people. Mexico. It'd be great. None of them would understand anything I'm saying, but it would be great. All right. I'm going to go see if this hotel, which probably wants me and all of my friends to leave, has breakfast. Daniel says, Here was doing webinars, but I'm not sure if they are recorded. Oh, yes, they are recorded. The webinars in Sabato Gigante. No, it's like Thursday webinars. Whatever the day of the week is, Gigante. Yeah, the presentaciones gigantes. And he records every single moment of those. My hair, something is happening. Like, it's basically got a mind of its own. It's like, let's get off his head. Like, they're all like, today's the day. We're getting off his head. It's going to happen. There they go. I love you all very much. More than is appropriate. And of course, I love one of you more than all the others. I can't wait to come home and see you, sweetheart. And have the greatest day of all time. Don't forget to register for that webinar. I'll do a little thing later on where we give away. I might give out $250 to somebody on YouTube's and $250 to somebody on Facebook, because I've been doing these lives on both of those